All right, welcome to day 5 now of posting, making 3 short form video. I really can't speak today. Making 3 short form videos a day for 13 days. I said 14, but technically it's 13. I'm just doing a sprint between now, between this past Tuesday, and Sunday, June 1st. And I'm doing this as a challenge to myself, a little experiment basically to push my growth, to push my to push myself. I think learning content creation is a really valuable skill, and it's something that I've sort of neglected but I've always wanted to do. And I've just been procrastinating on it for a while, so I figured, I just graduated from college. And I'm currently unemployed, and so I'm doing the most unemployed things that I can, which is really just pursuing the things that I've always wanted to pursue, and making content is one of them. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about today was sort of developing a creative habit. I realized that it's not going to develop itself. It's not going to just come out of nowhere. I have to be intentional about my creative process and building a system for me that works for me, that I enjoy, and that I'm able to grow through, and challenge myself through. So this morning I woke up, and I immediately started scrolling Instagram, and then I got out of bed, I washed my face, and then I went and sat down on my couch in my living room, and then I started watching YouTube, and then I started playing Clash Royale, and then I texted my friend, and then I ended up getting food with him. We went and ran some errands, picked up some clothes for a birthday party we're going to. And right now it's 5:20 p.m. and I haven't made any progress on the 3 videos that I'm supposed to make today. And I realized that, because the rest of today I'm going to be hanging out with friends. And so I realized that I'm going to have to probably make those 3 videos at night, when I'm able to sort of be by myself and have my alone time, which is what I did yesterday. And honestly, it was fine, but I would like to be more intentional about this type of thing. In this 2-week challenge, I think it's okay on some days to just push it and do it last thing. But in the long run, I don't think it's going to be sustainable to try to just squeeze it in at the end of the day every day, because I feel like I'm going to rush it. It's not going to be as quality, and it sort of implies that it's not a priority for me if I'm delaying it to the very last minute. And I'm sure there's going to be days where I'm going to be really tired and I'm going to try to make an excuse and not do it. And it's a lot easier to make that excuse and to not do it if I'm pushing it to the last part of the day, versus if it's the first thing that I get done, or at least get some progress and work on it the first thing in the morning, every morning, and every day, then it's going to be sort of like a pillar, a cornerstone of my daily routine. And I really believe that, as much as I think generic self-help advice is not very useful for most people, we all know that habits are important. We all know, that morning routines and stuff, whatever, it's really generic advice, but I really do believe that your habits make your life, that over the course of months, years, decades, that the person that you are, the person that you become, the character traits that you develop is directly downstream. The skills that you develop, the relationships that you have, the work that you're able to do, and the value that you provide to the world is directly related to the things that you do every day, the habits that you develop, the activities and skills and practices that you are intentional about cultivating and developing a relationship to doing these things. Not just doing them, not just going to the gym, not just doing challenges and things like that, but creating this long-term relationship, this long-term connection between you and a certain activity. And for me, the way that I really understand this sort of relationship is fitness. because it probably took me 2 or 3 years of watching YouTube videos, of reading articles, reading books, like reading Reddit, and constantly thinking about fitness, thinking about the gym, like procrastinating and like also just learning as much as I could. It took me 3 years to get consistent with the gym, to actually incorporate it as not just this thing that I need to force myself to do, but this activity that was daily for me, that I actually looked forward to and felt like part of my identity, felt like part of, it was like something that I really wanted to do, both for the external result, but I also just fell in love with the process of working out. And I know this is really different from most people. Like there's plenty of people who are really into fitness and develop this lifelong habit, and they still don't really like it. Like they don't like running, or they don't like lifting weights, but they do it because they feel good after, or they do it because it has these healthy benefits and stuff. But for me, I've never been able to just do things because I'm supposed to do them. It just doesn't work. And so a major priority for me in this creative process is developing a connection to the actual process, where I have my own process that I enjoy, that I have ownership of, that feels very deeply personal, and isn't just like, you know, a 5-step routine, 5-step method, or some basic system. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like I just have this sort of creative and ADHD and like anti-dogmatic, like systematic thing of, I just think in abstract principles and ideas. And when I go to the gym, it's like going to a playground for me. It's like an improvisation. I feel like I'm jamming. Like I'm not very good at music, but I imagine like, you know, guitarists who like just start making shit up, or like jazz musicians, they just start jamming and freestyling and things like that. When I go to the gym, it feels much more like that, right? Like I have the theory down. I know the structures, that, you know, the rep ranges and the number of sets and the specific exercises and techniques that will get me certain results. But I play with those. It's fluid. It's not just like, you know, I have to do X, Y, Z. I write down everything to the set and rep, and I just execute, because that makes me hate my life. And so, especially with content creation, with a creative process, like that, I think is the epitome of flexibility and of innovation. And yeah, I just don't believe in necessarily systematizing everything down to the detail. I believe in high-level systems. That's what keeps our lives together, like including, you know, routines and habits and things like that. But when it comes down to the actual process, something that I'm really hoping to focus on and cultivate in these next couple weeks and months, really, is this sense of play, this sense of, you know, I have a general, very strong idea of where I'm going, the high-level things I need to do, but on a day-to-day basis, the specifics, I'm allowing myself to sort of be fluid, move around, experiment, because that's so much more fun for me. And if I can have fun, then I know that I can create valuable stuff. It's more just a matter of practice and time. Yeah, I'm sort of rambling on about the same point, but I guess I just want to kind of close it out on this concept that sustainability is the most important ingredient for success. Most people think that you need to really grind, and while I think there are certain periods of your life where you need to grind, and you can learn a lot by doing a sprint like what I'm doing these 2 weeks, I think that in the long run, the most successful people are the ones who develop relationships with the things that they care about, with their goals, with the, not just their goals, but the processes that get to their goals. And yeah, I think the most successful athletes, the most successful business people, the most successful creatives and artists are the ones that truly love their craft, and every day to them is new. And it's this constant process of mastery, and it's not just, you know, I show up and I follow the protocol and I do A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. That to me is the definition of creativity. I'll see you guys tomorrow.